Qsports. Qsports.
Qsports.
Qsports. Qsports.
Join Mamodu Kajaga on Qsports every Tuesday only.
Hello and welcome to Qsports. We're at the Independence Stadium in Bakau, where fans of the Gambia Scorpions are coming out in their large numbers to support the team ahead of their clash against Togo in Group D, Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, match day 4. And I have with me one of the supporters. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Gajaga. I am Asan Job.
Asan, you're here today to support the Scorpions. What's your expectation?
Well, it's a do-or-die affair. I think we need the vital 3 points in order to stand strong and then see how best we will be able to tackle the other games that are remaining.
When we played against Togo just about a few days ago in Lomé, it ended 1-1 after the Gambia scored first. Togo equalized lately in the game. What do you make of that result?
Well, it is not bad because considering the conditions that were in Togo and probably, Togo were playing, they had the advantage. So all we need to do is, we have the home crowd today. Let's just push it. And I'm sure if we play a very good attacking football, victory shall be ours.
Are you sure Gambia would get
sure.
that victory?
I'm 100% sure, honestly. It's a do-or-die affair. And the boys, I think they know them. They know it themselves.
You're sounding very confident.
Yeah, and you can see from the fans, we are all eager to enter.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
There you get it from Asan Job, one of the supporters who came here today to support the Scorpions of the Gambia ahead of their clash against Togo in this Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. We will move on to talk to other fans. What is their expectations? And during the game also, we will conduct some interviews. And from there, after the game, we will bring you post-match press conferences. Here is another fan who came to the stadium to support the Gambia Scorpions against Togo. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Awajalo. I'm from SOS High. Yeah, the reason why me coming to the stadium because I really have hope for my country. And I believe that today that they're going to win the game.
Are you really sure that the Gambia will win?
Yeah, I'm having 100% sure of it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. There you had him. Very confident about the team's expectation today. That is for a win against Togo. And we will still continue our serialized interviews as you watch Qsports on QTV. Suleiman Koyate, coach of Gamtel. You've watched the Gambia play against Togo. We considered in the dying moments of the game, when it was added time. Are you disappointed?
Of course, it's a disappointing result because if we can add a draw in Togo, then why not come in here and then we lose? Definitely, it's a very disappointing result. And then always, I think the most important thing, always we are conceding goals in the last 9 minutes, which we have to put a stop to it because it's always devastating because everybody is here to see the team win.
When you look at the game from the onset, it seems the Gambian team lacks something. From a technical point of view, what do you think this team lacked?
I think first, the coach was very much cautious that he doesn't want to concede, and then he was more on defensive in the first half. And then after knowing the results of Algeria and then Benin, he was like too much ambitious, and then he has to bring in more attacking players. That is bringing in Badamosi, bringing in Ali Sow, and then the same time Ablai Jamano, and then that was like it was too ambitious, and then I think that's why we considered that bad goal in the last 2 minutes of the game.
From this game, what do you expect from the Gambia? Because this is another disappointing qualification series for us. It's almost all over. It's Algeria on 7 points, Benin on 7 points, and the Gambia on 2 points at the bottom of the group. Togo also have 5 points now.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for the Gambia now is, for me, if at all I was the authorities, I would have make a decision and then we go out of international competition for some time and then we try to regularize certain things. And other thing is we have to start building from the grassroots. We have coaches that can build from the grassroots. That is the under 14 and the 15, then to the 17. Then gradually we'll go and then we'll have a strong team and we can win any other team in this country. Other countries did it and then they are successful. If we do the same thing, we'll be successful one day. I think that one is very important.
Looking back, this was the team that had that impressive 1-1 draw against Algeria. What must have gone wrong with the Gambian team?
as I said, too ambitious. The coach, that game he was very much cautious, but today he was very ambitious. He is very much ambitious. And then I observe one thing, that is the two coaches, it seems they know each other. And then even their reaction shows that if you ask the coach for the Togolese coach, he will tell you the most game that he want to win in this group is against the Gambia. And then the Gambian coach will tell you that he want to win this game more than any other game. I think they were too ambitious. The two coaches were too much ambitious. So that's why it doesn't. It's definitely devastating, but we could not have considered at that time of the game.
From a tactical point of view, you've talked about being too ambitious with the substitute players who came in. Ali Sow didn't perform to expectation. Badamosi had little time on the pitch before the Gambian team settles down in this particular encounter. Do you think this could have been avoided?
Yeah, of course it could have been avoided, because Ali is a fine player. We all know that he's scoring goals for his team in Azerbaijan, but the most important thing is the time that was given to him was too small. And then what we can do is, I think we have to learn and then give time to these young players, the likes of Badamosi and others, because these are the players that we definitely can rely on in the next 2-3 years. Yeah.
Coach, hard luck. Let's take of you what you make of the your game against Togo, losing 1-0.
Yeah, very difficult to find words, to be honest. I think in the first place that the people who started the game for the Scorpions, they played a very good game. I think the majority of the game we were controlling. We were controlling defense. If I see my central defense, my wing backs, they had control over their opponents. In the midfield, when we played with 3 in the midfield, we had control over the opponents. In front, we had good rushes, but in front of the goal, we couldn't really. We had shots, but they were or saved by the goalkeeper or went on the wrong side of the goal out. In the second half, I think we even got more control, and then you have to balance from, do you gonna go for a win or do you go for a draw? And knowing that Benin had won against Algeria, would be very difficult for a draw to still qualify. We knew the result, that Benin had won 1-0. Okay, we had 3 points, it would be nicer statistics, but we were thinking that, and for sure when Togo came with 10 men, that we could have had the chance to score. But I'm very disappointed, very disappointed. I'm disappointed in the first place about the result. Let me say that I had the feeling that the people, not everyone who came on the pitch, had the same commitment as the people who started the game. And I always understand that you can play a bad game. I always can understand that you can make mistakes, but you have to die for your country. You have to run, and if you are 15 minutes on the pitch, or 20 or 10 or 5, you have to run. And in the last minutes, when we concede the goal, it are the guys who are 90 minutes on the pitch who run up and down. And the guys who came in, they were more in the comfort zone waiting to score the goal. And I think there we made a mistake. I think we had to fight like we were fighting against Algeria, like we fought against Togo. Now some of us forgot that. So I'm a very disappointed coach. I think we were out for a win. I think the public could see that we were trying to do everything for that. And then it's very, very sad and sour to concede in the 92 or 91, 91 or 92 minute a losing goal.
Coach en français, s'il vous plaît.
Ouais.
Sentiment de déception après avoir perdu à domicile.
Oui, je suis pas content. Je pense qu'avant le match, on a dit clair qu'on veut gagner ce match. C'est le même pour Togo. Mais dans le 89 minutes, je pense qu'on a plus dirigé le match comme Togo. Au début, c'est peut-être les deux équipes qui créent des occasions, mais en fin de première mi-temps, au début de deuxième mi-temps, nous sommes la seule équipe qui dirigeait le match. On a créé quelques occasions, le même comme Togo, mais on n'a pas marqué de buts. Le gardien a fait de bons saves et aussi on a raté quelques occasions. Et les dernières 15 minutes, on a dit, ok, Togo joue avec 10. Bénin a gagné contre Algérie. On doit gagner à la maison. On va prendre le risque pour marquer le but pour gagner ce match. Mais les gars qui rentrent la pelouse, ce sont des bons joueurs, mais quand tu ne cours pas, quand tu n'es pas là-bas avec le sentiment pour mort pour le pays, c'est très difficile dans cette situation et je suis je suis pas satisfait avec ça. Non, on ne peut pas être content. Je suis content avec plus de 80% de mes équipes, mais de quelques positions et de quelques situations, je ne suis pas content. But there's a difference between kicking a long ball and passing a long ball. And I saw too many kicking a long ball, and I demanded passing a long ball. The plan was to try to create opportunities in the center of the pitch, because we knew from the first game that Togo, their weakest point, was the controlling midfield, where Atakora play, who's not a controlling midfield player, and in this game even Floyd Taite, who's a winger or striker, and the two central defenders who are not that experienced in the center defense. So we were planning to try to enter with 3 offensive players who are powerful, who have shown the last games that they were stronger than the opponents. We were trying to create the space through the center. So we didn't want to build up the game from the back. We didn't want to have ball possession. We wanted to score goals. That was our intention. And the request was the striker to drop, get the ball in his feet, knock the ball short back, and then overlap with 2 players. And with a good pass, a good drop pass behind the defense, come 1 against 1 with the goalkeeper. We trained on that, but naturally you have only 1 training day, so it was difficult. The strategy, I don't believe we could have changed, because it's not that we had in the beginning of the match problems. We were controlling the game. Only the execution of it could be better. I'm for sure I have the players in front. I mean, players like Hassan Cisse, Moussa Barrow, Lamine Diallo are people who are strong in running, strong in making actions, physically strong. They showed that. That's the reason we played similar but more defensive against Algeria, similar but more defensive against Togo. The question is why we couldn't give that good pass. And I have to analyze the DVD, the video of the game, to answer that. So, but I expect from any professional player to be able to give a good pass over 20-30 meters.
Coach, do you still keep faith in these players? You've been playing them in your last 3 matches. Or would you give opportunity to other players that have not yet been tested as far as the Gambia national team is concerned?
It's a very early question, a few minutes or an hour or half an hour after the game. Let me be very clear that it would be wrong to make everything bad. 2 hours ago, everyone was celebrating about the good games we had the last 2 months, and now 90 minutes later, everyone wants to throw away because we lose 1-0. Losing is a part of football. Losing is the worst part of football. Let me be honest in that. I hate losing. But now saying that everything is bad would be incorrect, because otherwise we would not have against Algeria a good performance and in Togo good performance. In Togo we deserved to win. We were leading the whole match, and sadly enough people couldn't follow it here, but we had there 2 big occasions to score the 0-2, and then we would come home with 3 points and we were in a different situation. So the same players played against Algeria, the same players played against Togo, so I would not judge too much, but for sure a few players didn't convince me, and just like I did after Algeria, I invited some new players, so we could expect also for Benin game some other faces.
You talk about players who didn't convince you in this game, and I could remember in your first press conference you spoke highly of their commitment to the team. Who are these players that you are not convinced of?
I think I answered that already in the beginning.
Who are the players that
I don't want to mention names, but I think I answered that already in the beginning. If you were listening in the beginning, then I said which players satisfied me and which players not.
You know, a few minutes ago you said, you know, there were not players that were not committed. As the head coach, what kind of explanation would you give them? Because that's a bit confusing. You know, as the leader of the team, players that you call yourself confirm that they're going to represent the nation, and now they're not committed. What kind of explanation?
I mean, if you come on the pitch, you have to fight and die. I said you can make mistakes, you can play a bad game, you can give a bad pass, you can miss a chance, you can make anything fall. But you have to run in, you have to fight and have to do everything for the team to help. And that are some players in my eyes, in our eyes, who could have brought more, who are good football players. I have no doubt about their skills and their qualities. But sometimes players look in modern football, and maybe it was long ago the same, players play sometimes poker in the way that they think from I want to score, I want to be the hero, I want to score the goal, so I don't do too much defense task to save energy to score. And that's playing poker, because we have to defend as a team, we have to do our tasks, everyone individual and as a team. And if you don't do that extra effort in this kind of games where it's 50-50, where it's a tough opponent, then you can concede in the last minutes a goal. And that's what I address. So don't make it bigger than it is. The biggest population of the players did a fantastic job. In Togo we conceded the goal out of a free kick, what was no free kick in the 83rd minute. And we had two opportunities before they scored to finish the game and make 0-2. And today I think there were a lot of occasions, a lot of saves from the Togolese goalkeeper, some shots crossing the goal. So we had opportunities, we had one rush, free kick. We can take more of it. I think we have to learn that in international football, you don't get 10 occasions to score, but when you get one or two, you have to kill the opponent. So I hope we can learn out of that, that the chances we get, we have to score. Because if we don't score them, in Togo, if we don't score the 2-0, we get the 1-1 the last minutes, and today we didn't score the 1-0. So we have to learn to score the chances we get, and then we would be not in this situation. Then we would have had now 2 points more in Togo and 3 points today, then we had 5 points more. But this is football.
Qsports. Qsports.
Over for the Gambia here at the Independence Stadium in Bakau as they lose by a 1-0 against Togo in the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Scorpions of the Gambia are looking for their first victory in these qualifying rounds. The last time the Scorpions won in a competitive match was on the 7th of September in 2013. And that search for victory still continues. This is Qsports coming to you from the Independence Stadium. I am Mamadou Gajaga. Keep on sporting and bye for now.
Qsports. Qsports.
Qsports. Qsports. Qsports.
Join Mamadou Gajaga on Qsports every Tuesday only
On QT.